All right, I am live on YouTube and Periscope. Oh, wow. Am I already live on Facebook? I did not think I had turned Facebook on yet. Pardon me while I figure this out. It appears as though I've turned Facebook on. I didn't think I had. Bear with me for a moment while I double check this. Huh. That's weird. It's showing as on, but it's not showing up in the feed. Patience, my friends, at Periscope and YouTube while I sort this out, because it was telling me Facebook was live, but I don't see it. Oh, yeah, I was live. Let's see here. I'm going to delete that from the page. Go over to here. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to redo that. I did not think I had gone live on Facebook. Periscope people, I've got a few of you with me already, and I'm very delighted that you're with me. This is a quadcast, so it takes me a minute to get going because I'm broadcasting to 4 places: Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, and Instagram Live. And for whatever reason, it went ahead and started me on. There we go. I am now live on Facebook. Love it. Oh, I got to turn off the volume. And now I can. All right, I'm now live everywhere. 3, 2, 1. I will be live on Periscope. Instagram Live. Thanks for sticking with me, Periscope people that showed up. All right, so we're going to get started. Today is the 3rd installment of Instagram from Scratch, which is this week's theme is Instagram. So I started the week on Monday. I did a broadcast called Instagram from Scratch, and the name of the show is From Scratch, but every week I'm going to have something new at the beginning of it. So it's Instagram from Scratch, or YouTube from Scratch, or Twitter from Scratch, or whatever. And we're going to talk about tips and tricks in using whatever it is that is the theme of the week. And the reason why I'm theming my weeks is because I do a podcast, I do several live videos, and my intention will be each week to have guests and content that all revolve around the topic. And this week it has been Instagram. Yesterday I had Mike Murphy of Mike Unplugged on the Create and Engage podcast and live video, which is my formal live video and podcast broadcast. It's a live video that I also record for the podcast format, and the podcasts aren't up on iTunes yet, but they will be soon. But he is a huge Instagrammer as far as the quality of his content. I don't think he's broken 1,000 followers yet, but it shouldn't be long. The dam is going to burst at some point because his content is so epically good. So if you're not following Mike Unplugged, go check him out on Instagram and follow him. And also follow me, Todd.LIVE on Instagram. And you might go to my Todd.LIVE page on Facebook and find the interview with him as of yesterday. It was yesterday's video. You can go on YouTube and find it as well. I've got 4 people with me on Periscope. Feel free to chit-chat with me. I see I've got Cami with me on Instagram. Good to see you, my friend. Cami is, gosh, are you big on Instagram? I know you're huge on Snapchat, but if you're big on Instagram, I might have to have you on the show and talk about it. I might have the microphone a little close to my face. Okay, so let's talk and do a little recap of what we've been talking about this week. And I don't want to recap everything from Monday and Tuesday, but let's talk a little bit about what I talked about Monday, Tuesday to give you some context as to why I'm focusing on Instagram this week. Okay, I found an article from April, and I know that's a little dated in internet years, to be an article written in April by CNBC, but this article stated that Instagram, as of April, had 700 million active daily users, which is huge. It makes it the third largest social media platform behind Facebook, number 1, and YouTube, number 2. The other thing that I thought was most striking was in the months of January 2017 to April 2017, Instagram they grew a new 100 million daily active users. Okay, so more than 1/6 of their current volume of people when they went into the new year, they grew by in the first 4 months. Okay, that's huge. And I don't even know what they've grown by since then. We've had May, June, July. We're in August. So, 3.5 months. Maybe they've grown another 100 million. I don't know. I didn't look up to see if there was anything newer. Welcome to the people on Facebook as well. If you leave comments, I am monitoring everything, but I see Stephanie Charlie join me. Thank you, Stephanie. I monitor Periscope, I monitor Instagram, and I monitor Facebook. I do not at this time monitor YouTube. So if you're watching me on YouTube, I'm sorry, folks, that I am not monitoring the comments on YouTube. Feel free to go and follow or watch on any of the other platforms if you like. And I'll tell you what, I think Periscope is having hard times right now, but there is not a better platform for watching live video than Periscope as far as the quality of the audio and video. Periscope knocks it out. Facebook degrades it. Instagram degrades it. Actually, I have a degrade that I have in my setup because I have to point one iPad at the other. So it's not even getting a signal. It's one iPad taking a screenshot of the other iPad. So, but Periscope is getting a signal directly into it, just like YouTube. Actually, YouTube is probably as good as Periscope as far as quality. Okay, so let's get to what I've been talking about all week. Now, I'll do a fast recap of I had 10 or 11 main points. And they're not really points. They're styles of content that you could create on your Instagram feed. I'm not talking about in the live video or the stories portion. I'm talking about in your feed, the windows of pictures that everybody has, the way Instagram started out. There's an infinite amount of types of content that you could do, but I nailed it down to like 10 or 11 main types of content that people are doing on a regular basis that are driving traffic on their page and likes and comments and followers and interaction, all that. So I will run through the list. We've covered a bunch of them already this week, but just for people who are just now showing up, let's talk about it really quick. At work shots, okay? Pictures of you at work. Like if I took a picture or had someone take a picture of me sitting behind all this equipment at work with maybe a comment. People love that stuff on Instagram, okay? The example I used was Roberto Blake. He is very good at using pictures and content, video, whatever, of him on stage talking to a crowd or maybe in his office behind all his equipment. He uses a lot of at-work shots, him in action as a creator. People love it. Also, behind the scenes, it's kind of the same thing. I think the behind the scenes is more in his office. There's a lot in his office where he's kind of laid back and looking at the sky like, he's happy, like he's accomplished something, but you can see all his equipment around him and he's in his workspace, but he's taking a quick break. A behind the scenes moment. People love behind the scenes moment in your content. They want to see what it is that you do, what your life is like behind your job, behind your work, behind your creativity. They want to get to know you as a person. They want to feel like they're there. So content on Instagram that demonstrates the behind the scenes stuff works great. The world through your eyes, okay? These are simple shots of maybe you're out and about and you see a neat tree, or you see a neat car, or you see a piece of artwork, or there's a great sunset, okay? The world through your eyes. And the person that I kind of feel like does it very well, I'm sure people do it better. I'm sure all these guys have someone that maybe does it better. These are guys that I follow and I admire, and girls that do it really well, and I encourage you to go and follow their account and check them out. James Wedmore. James Wedmore is in Laguna Beach. He's a video professional. He's awesome. I haven't met him personally, even though he's local to me in Orange County, but he is awesome. Love the guy. Love his content. He likes to take a lot of pictures of sunset, beach, Laguna Beach lifestyle. A lot of the times the comments, though, are plugging his course. They don't have anything to do with what's in the picture of the palm tree or the coast or whatever. A lot of the times the comments are like, hey, are you in my master course? Are you in my, are you signed up for my webinar? Have you checked out my free download? So it's interesting how he takes a picture of something random and innocent and puts a plug at the bottom of it in the comment. But those are the world through his eyes. He doesn't put that on everyone, but He likes to show the world through his eyes. Free learning content. My guest yesterday on the Create and Engage broadcast and the podcast and live video, Mike Murphy, Mike Unplugged. Okay. He gives away valuable content each and every day and has for, I think he said over a year, it's been even longer, on his Instagram account. He's always showing you how to do little things, little tips and tricks for Adobe, for ScreenFlow, for Dropbox. I think yesterday was Dropbox, or maybe that was today. But he is phenomenal at giving free tips, very high quality video tips that are usually several videos long. When you swipe, once you watch one, you swipe over and watch another one to finish the series. It's like part 2, part 3, whatever. He is great at giving free, valuable learning, educational content. Your services and products. I talked about Sue Zimmerman on that one. She's kind of the Instagram queen, Sue B. Zimmerman. She's fabulous. Her content rocks. She's really hit it hard over the last few years on Instagram. She's very well respected. She's good at finding clever ways to promote her content and get it out there so that you can see it. And it's a plug, but it maybe has some emotional or some fun stuff attached to it. So it's not just a hard sell. Okay. It's just fun stuff with a sale attached. Kind of like James Wedmore with the palm trees with a sale attached. Motivational quotes. I mean, 1 million followers, and it's almost all emotional quotes. And the only thing that I've saw scrolling back pretty far, aside from inspirational quotes, I guess they're emotional, is Founder. They've got over 1 million followers. It's all quotes, inspirational wisdom quotes, okay? With every once in a while, it's like every 10th or 11th post is a hard sell on something that they've got. And that's it. 1 million, okay? It's crazy. It's awesome, though. I mean, the people at Founder are awesome. I love it. They're able to build that, and the motivational quotes are extremely simple pieces of content to put together if they're not video. If they're just a static image, easy to put together. You can whip them up in a heartbeat. You can sit down and do 30 of them in an evening and have your content for the whole week. And I know they're kind of boring in a lot of ways. I try to mix in an inspirational quote every once in a while. And I love inspirational quotes, but I just don't make my account all about that. But they're great for growing your account, and people use them constantly. A lot of the biggest accounts on Instagram, that's all they do is motivational, inspirational type stuff. Happy customers. We're going to talk about, in fact, we're going to complete this list today. This video may go a little bit long because we're going to complete this list today because I might try to get a guest on tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow will bring as far as the From Scratch episode 4 will be. We'll find out. Maybe I'll have to improvise. We'll see. But we're going to knock this list out today, and I'm going to bring my phone up on the screen, and we're going to go through some people that I think are killing it on Instagram as far as their content goes. It may not translate into numbers of followers yet for them, but as far as content goes, they're knocking it out of the ballpark with specific types of content, and we're going to go from there. So we've got happy customers, showing images of or videos or testimonials from happy customers. People love it on Instagram when you show off happy customers that you've had. Questions and tag someone sorts of things, okay? Competitions and giveaways, collaborations and networking. And then finally, being thankful to your family, being thankful to your friends, being thankful to your followers, being thankful to being alive. I have specific examples of all of these things to give you today on my phone. You can go and follow these people. You can go and look at their content and see what it is I'm talking about and decide if this is the kind of content you want to maybe try to emulate. Because I'll tell you this right now, when you want to do well on something like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, it doesn't matter what the YouTube, even the biggest people will tell you, go find people who are knocking it out of the ballpark. Look at what they're doing. Look at their strategy and the type of content they're producing and emulate it. Don't copy it, but emulate it. Mirror it in some fashion or another. Take their strategies and make them your own, okay? You can do that with these people I've talked about today. So far, I've talked about Roberto Blake, James Wedmore, Mike Unplugged, Sue B. Zimmerman, Founder Magazine, FOUNDR. If you don't know who they are, go look them up. 1 million followers. It's crazy, and they're just awesome, right? So you go and emulate them. Now, let's talk about the 5 or 6 ways that you can create content for Instagram that is going to make sense, that will resonate with people, and perhaps grow your Instagram page. Let me bring my phone into this whole broadcast. Give me just a second here. There we go. You're going to see my phone show up here in just a second. Let me get into Instagram real quick. There's a picture of Skinny. Oh, you're going to get my code now. Cool. You just got my code. I'll have to change that. Not that it really matters. Let me see here. Instagram. All right. We are in Instagram. While you're at it, there's Todd.LIVE. Take a moment. Go follow the Todd.LIVE Facebook page. I would love to have you joining me on the Todd.LIVE Facebook page. I'm at 3239 followers. It could always be more, my friends. And if you go and if you decide to follow my Instagram account, send me a private message and tell me that you came because you were watching this video. Let me know if you were on Periscope or Instagram Live or Facebook or YouTube, if my YouTube people are watching. Let me know where you came from and that you're with me now on Instagram. I may or may not follow you back. I'm very selective about who I follow, but if you're interacting with me on a regular basis and you're commenting and we're having fun and I get to know who you are, I follow. Or if you have content that's just knocking it out of the ballpark when I check out your profile, I will follow you. If neither one of those apply, you may follow me and not get a follow back. Don't be insulted. It's just the way it is. I don't have time to fill up my feed with following every single person that follows me back. There's got to be something on my end that piques my interest in following you. And it's people that are in my community that are reaching out to me and talking to me and that are becoming my friends online. I want to follow them, of course, and people who are creating awesome content and or creating awesome content. So I don't just follow to follow. So don't take it wrong if I don't follow you back immediately. Just start talking to me and you'll get that follow with quality discussion and not spammy, hey, that's great, or one emoji comments. That's not going to get it. Okay, so let's talk about happy customers, okay? I have a company that I'm going to be doing business with soon. Let's see. Oh, I misspelled it. There we go. Kajabi. Look at that. Irvine, California, followed by James Wedmore. Okay, James Wedmore is a big Kajabi promoter, fanboy, whatever you want to call him. Hey, Carlos on Instagram Live. How you doing, my friend? James Wedmore loves Kajabi. Everyone I know that's using Kajabi loves Kajabi. Cliff Ravenscraft loves Kajabi. Lots of people love Kajabi. I'm going to be using them too, and I'm going to love Kajabi as well. Okay, look, what Kajabi does, they have what's called, it's a service. It's a platform that allows you to create and store your content on their service. They have funnels, they have email, they have landing pages, they have all sorts of stuff that allow you to focus your efforts as easily as humanly possible on selling stuff on the internet. I was about to say eBay, not eBay, on the internet. And they've got it fine-tuned to where it's supposed to be like a dream. You go through, everything's great, everyone's happy, okay? So Kajabi, they love to show all sorts of things like happy customers. Look at this guy right here. Happy customer. He may actually be an employee for all I know. But there are some. Let me see here. They've got what they call Kajabi heroes. Is this guy a Kajabi hero? Happiest birthdays, that's a co-founder. That's not a Kajabi hero. Apparently, when you sell something like your first $1,000, you're a Kajabi hero. Here's a Kajabi hero. She's wearing her shirt. She's in front of her microphone at her work center, and she's a Kajabi hero. She is somebody who has sold, I think it's her first $1,000 on Kajabi's platform. She becomes a hero. She gets the shirt, and then she's featured on, and I don't know if they feature everybody. I imagine that they do, but she's featured on Kajabi as a Kajabi hero. She's making it happen on their platform. Kajabi wants you to see that. Their business is to sell you on doing business and being on their platform with your digital content. And so she is a Kajabi hero. Let's see if we can find any more before we move on to the next person. Here we go. More Kajabi heroes. Hey, Jen Casey, whoever that is. She's a Kajabi hero. Fru Hamerno, whoever that is. She's a Kajabi hero. These are people, these are happy customers. Here's another one, Kajabi hero. She looks like she wrote a book. Okay, Kajabi hero. I see Ross Brand join me on Facebook. Hopefully you haven't left already before I recognize. I had the comments were down below the the box and I didn't see them. I apologize. So anyway, Kajabi loves to show off happy customers. So if you're in a position where you can get testimonials of some sort, whether they're pictures, whether they're video, whether they're, even if it's just written, somebody writes a nice little something, you can create a little image that looks like an inspirational quote and put the quote in there and assign it to the person. You know, do that. And, you know, people love it. People love to see. I mean, that's social proof that your business is making people happy. All right, let's move to questions and tag someone. Okay, there's somebody that does this the best. You probably all know who it is. Now, I don't know. He posts so often, I don't know that I can find specific examples of his question. Oh, wait, let's do a different question. I know somebody that did a question today. Carlos Gill did. We'll break this one in two. Carlos Gill did a question today. Okay. Who are 3 people I should follow on Instagram? Okay. He asked people to name. He didn't hashtag it. He was doing a little experiment today. So he asked, who are 3 people I should follow on Instagram? Tag them below in the comments. Tons of interactions here. Let me see here. 67 people liked it, and he has 53 comments without any hashtags whatsoever. Okay, brilliant. I actually made some comments here. I referred Carlos to 3 people. I don't know if I can find my comment. I don't want to waste a bunch of time searching. There it is. Carlos. Oh, wait. It's probably right above that. Here's my comment. All right, check. I said check Mike Unplugged, Chris Cubby, and Scott Brandon Hoffman. They are all fantastic. And then there is me. I'm pretty good too. So I promoted myself. I didn't tag myself though. I didn't want to be too cheesy about it. Mike Unplugged is the Mike who I had on the podcast and broadcast yesterday. He was fantastic. Chris Cubby. Now, I knew that Carlos Gill already followed Mike Unplugged and Chris Cubby, okay? I knew that when I was giving Carlos 3 names, he was already following 2 of them. I saw that. But I felt like there were other people that are maybe following Carlos Gill that don't know Mike Unplugged and don't know Chris Cubby. Chris Cubby's huge. He's got 30-some thousand people following him. So, you know, there's a good chance that people that are following Carlos Gill have already seen Chris Cubby, but they might not have seen Mike Unplugged. And then Scott Brandon Hoffman, he's newer. He's kind of smaller, and he doesn't have a huge following the way he's got, I don't know, 600 or 700, which is almost Mike Unplugged's, but it's a different kind of content. But I'm entertained by it. I like Scott. So I plugged those 3. I got responses from Carlos today on that, and I had some likes from Chris Cubby and from Scott and from Mike as well for making those comments. So you ask people a question. Look at this. He had no hashtags. He has 57 likes and 53 comments. Okay, it worked. Now, he also has, Carlos Gill has 15,600 followers. Okay, so, you know, I have 3,200 or something like that. You might have 500, you might have 4,000. But if you have less than Carlos Gill, you're probably going to get less than 57 likes and 53 comments. It's just going to be the way it is. But try out, ask people stuff, ask people to tag other people. See if you can drum up some sort of movement on your page with a question or a tag. Okay, let's go to the tag someone. Gary Vaynerchuk. Do I even need to introduce who he is? Gary Vaynerchuk, he loves to do the tag someone stuff. Now, I actually haven't seen that in a while, and he posts, you know, 8 or 10 times a day a piece of content, so I'm not going to go through all his content and find a tag someone. But he'll ask a question, kind of like Carlos did. Carlos asked, like me, directly, and everyone else who happened to read that post. It's like he asked us directly to tag someone he should follow. What Gary Vaynerchuk often does is he'll say, tag someone who you think this content will benefit. So maybe he has a preach where he's talking about why you should consider not going to college, and tag someone who that'll benefit. So he's hoping that you'll tag someone, not for him to follow, not for him to reach out to personally, but someone who by tagging them might see Gary's content and benefit from it. So that's what he does. That's his tag someone trick. So that works. And I haven't actually tried that one, but I don't feel like I have a big enough, engaged enough following to even give that a shot. Maybe I'm being short-sighted. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe I'll give it a shot here soon. There's quite a few of these I haven't done yet. Okay, competitions and giveaways. Same person, Gary Vaynerchuk. We're going to save a little bit of time and not have to search for somebody. Gary Vaynerchuk loves to do things like he'll put on Instagram, you know, I'm going to give away 10 copies of my book, Jab, Jab, Left Hook, or whatever it's called. I'm going to give away 10 copies of this book. And what you need to do is you need to like this post, and then you need to go to my Facebook page and type the word cheese or Gary V or I want a book or whatever it is that's on his mind that he wants you to go type. Okay, he gets you moving from platform to platform with these little contests and tricks. And another secret to that is on Facebook, you can't, it's against the Facebook terms of service. I don't know if it's against the Instagram terms of service. It's against a lot of the terms of services that if you have a contest that you're basing the giveaway on someone commenting or sharing or liking your content on that platform. So I think one of the reasons why, I think Gary's reasons for sending people from various places like Instagram to Snapchat, Snapchat to Facebook, Facebook to Twitter, that just grows his channels on all platforms. I think that's his main reason for doing it. But it also gets around the terms of service, because I can tell you on Facebook, I'm going to base this contest on how many likes I get on Twitter. I'm going to base this contest on whether you retweet my Twitter post or whether you go to Snapchat and send me a private message. Facebook isn't going to control what goes on another platform. So you can say, I'm going to choose the winner based off somebody on another platform. So that gets you around. And unless I'm mistaken, that does not violate terms of service, or if it does violate terms of service, it's such a gray area and would be so hard for them to catch you and eliminate your account over it that they're not going to put the time into it. They're just going to let it go. But if you on your own, like if you're on Facebook and you say, I'm going to give away 5 books, you got to leave a comment below and like and share. Facebook can take care of that real easy. They don't have to go over to Snapchat and see what it is you're doing over there in order to enforce their rules on Facebook. So think about that. Okay, competitions and giveaways. I just said collaborations and networking. Okay, there's somebody I have in mind who is an awesome networker. My man, Chris Strub. If Chris is watching, I hope you are, or I hope you see it in replay. It's about you, my friend, right now. Networking and collaborations. This guy is great. Okay, he does a lot of collaborations as far as getting on people's podcasts, videos, creating content, whatever. I think his Instagram does more about networking, and a lot of the times he's got his book in the picture. So he's networking. Here he is with Shan Booty. I don't know who she is. Here he is with a few people. He just got back from some sort of a conference. He's always out. Oh, wait, that's the same picture. He's always out hobnobbing with people at conferences, at parties, and he loves to highlight that content on his Instagram, people that he's spending time with. So if you go to Social Media Marketing World, if you go to VidCon, if you go to wherever you go and you meet somebody, they can be a big name, they can be a small name. Get a snapshot, throw it up on Instagram, tag that person in your snapshot. People love that, and it does other things other than just it's really cool and it's fun and it creates a scrapbook for you and everyone involved, but it's social proof. When Chris Strub says, I know all these people, you can go to his Instagram account and you see that he's with all these people, and at a minimum, he's shaking their hand and gotten a picture. But I know Chris, and I've met him in person. He probably does a lot more than just shake their hand and get a picture. He's talking and getting to know and sharing his life with whoever that person is. It's a real treat. It's an experience. It's not just a quick selfie and move on. Not with Chris, okay? And he shows it every day with content that just knocks it out of the ballpark as far as networking goes. All right, being thankful. This is the last one. Being thankful. Owen.video. Okay. I do not know Owen. I think he's down in Oceanside. That's not far from me. We go down and stay in Carlsbad all the time. And love Carlsbad. Not as fond of Oceanside as I am Carlsbad, but it's a different city. It's a different town. I do like Oceanside. Oceanside's got awesome restaurants down along PCH. And to be quite honest with you, I haven't spent a lot of time in Oceanside, so I really don't know. My experience in Oceanside, aside from on PCH, is right around the freeway, and that's not a happy place generally. A lot of young punks hanging out, and at least the times I've been through there, pumping gas or doing whatever it is I'm doing. But in Carlsbad's like the laid-back beach community that's like a vacation spot, and everyone loves going there. Very quiet, though. Okay, so Owen.video. Owen is always very thankful for things like right here. Seriously, this is amazing, he says, about a picture of him as a speaker at CVX, which I think was in Utah last week. Let's see here. Is this one? Gratitude. Okay, this is the one I saw. I love this post, okay? I don't know if this is a view out his window off a drone. I don't know what this is. aside from a view probably of Oceanside. But gratitude, always spelled thankful. We're visiting grandma. So they're somewhere in the hospital, and this is her view. She lays on a soft bed, tons of food, nurses, and equipment. Amazing that after a working class life, so many luxuries are at her fingertips. Man, I am so grateful for the opportunities we have in this country. It motivates me to work harder, to give more, and to celebrate life. Hashtag life quotes, American made and thankful. Okay. Look, it got 40 likes. It only got one comment. Is that really the kind of content that's going to drive people nuts as far as conversation and hearts and follows? Maybe not. But what it tells me is the quality and caliber of a person that owen.video is. And so if I'm looking at owen.video's content, this may not be necessarily what I'm looking for. I mean, he's a video guy. So if I look at his content, I'm looking at the video stuff. But he sprinkles in, I've seen thankful comments about his family, about his children. I think he had a cancer battle at one point, and he's thankful for that. That probably gave him some different perspectives on life. But he has a lot of content that is about being thankful. And I think that's really good stuff to have on your feed. And not even as a strategy. It's just about being a good person. Is it good strategy to include more thankful and to actually be conscious and include more thankful stuff? I don't think there's anything wrong with that, okay? If you're truly thankful and it's genuine. But it makes you think. It makes you stop and pause. And Owen's comments made me stop and think. And Owen's comments probably made him stop and think. So, great content. It should come from the heart. It shouldn't have to be something that's a strategy. But guess what? If it is part of your overall strategy, that every once in a while you're going to thank your wife for being your wife, or thank your children for being so awesome, or thank your mom for giving you life and raising you, your mom and dad, or your grandparents, or maybe somebody passes away in your family and you want to give a little tribute and how thankful you are for knowing them. Is that wrong to have, a 10-point strategy and to make sure that every 10th or 12th post is a thankful? Absolutely not. You're letting people in. You're giving people your thoughts. And guess what? It causes you to stop and think about life. Think about what you're doing. Think about the people in your life and the people you share your life with. And that there's nothing bad that can come from that. Owen does it beautifully. And so, that's my shout out to him for doing, kind of knocking it out of the ballpark with the occasional thankful post. He does it great. So let me get rid of the phone, because those are really all the examples I have of content that could be part of your overall strategy. And actually, what was interesting is, as far as Owens goes, when I created my list, I think I had 10 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 10 things. Okay, so Owens, the being thankful kind of content is the 11th item. When I set out to do this list and I was doing my research on how I was going to do my from scratch content this week, I had 10 Instagram pieces of content, types of Instagram content, themes, I guess. And I was scrolling through my feed and I came across that one about owen.video's grandmother in the hospital. And I added that one to my list, the thankful. Be thankful, show your gratitude, let people know that you're happy with life or happy with someone in your life, or that you enjoyed something about something else or someone else. But I added that one because I just think it's powerful. It's good. And it's just letting people get to know you better. Emotion is a great thing when it's done properly. And it's not, especially if it's not something to piss people off. I mean, don't go post Trump pictures and make people angry. Owen's picture makes people happy. It makes people reflect and think about people in their own life. So, good. That's good emotional content. That's good. It's just brilliant content. And it works. If you want to repel people and you want your Instagram feed to be a giant shit show, go ahead and, post anti-Trump or anti-Obama or Clinton or whoever, post that stuff and see what happens. Okay. People don't like it. I'm going to do a shameless plug right here, for the few people that are left with me. Hey, Professor Nez joined me at least for a minute. I don't know if he's still with me on, Instagram Live. There's my, Instagram page one more time. Feel free to join it. Todd.LIVE. I try to do great content on there, share what's going on in my business, in my live videos, and a lot of other stuff. I mean, I've got random stuff even. I mean, I've got beers at 5 o'clock. I've got artwork that I saw when I was in Portland that I thought was cool. you know, whatever. I mean, friends that I've made at World Domination Summit. You know, I've, you know, little weird art pieces. That was on a post on a street. I don't even know what that thing is. It has some that whatever those three words are written next in the comments. That was inscribed on the side of this thing, and I looked it up on the internet, and I really didn't get very far on what that meant. But anyway, that about sums it up. Let me see if there's any comments because a few people left comments, and I haven't addressed really many of them. Oh, wow. Ross Brand and Peter Nez have left a lot of comments for me on Facebook. Let's check them out. Okay, so I love all these guys, but Mike Unplugged takes it to another level with videos. That's Ross Brand, and I agree. How long have you been building your account on Instagram? I have been building my account on Instagram for probably over a year. I think it started as Divorce the Workforce, and I changed the name of it when I pivoted to Todd.LIVE. Peter Ness says, hello back, and sorry I missed you guys. If you guys have already left, I'm sorry if you're not with me anymore. Owen is a great guy. You know what? I haven't met Owen in person yet. I know that day is coming. There's no way that he can live in Southern California within 45 minutes of me, and we're both in video in some capacity or another, and we don't get to know each other at some point. I do watch and check out a lot of his content, and I think he's fabulous. And I can only dream of coming close to knocking it out of the ballpark the way that he does. Okay, so Ross says, not only is Owen super talented, but he's an even better person. There are very few at his level of YouTube and live video who are like him. I agree with you there, even though I haven't, like I said, I haven't got to meet him in person yet. But I agree with that. Ross Brand, loving this show, Todd. It is great to see examples of content that people are creating. Well, thank you, my friend. You know what? This whole from scratch thing, there's a lot of planning behind the name and the idea behind it. But as far as turning it into a little daytime series and talking and doing kind of a 3 or 4, maybe 5-part series during the week and taking on a particular subject like Instagram this week. I want to do YouTube next week. I may or may not do that just based on availability of people to interview. But that's what I'd like to do and have something that I talk about all week long with YouTube. I'd like to do email marketing. I think email marketing is huge, and no one seems to talk about email marketing all that much, at least in the circles that I travel in. So I'd love to do some stuff on email marketing. Let's see. There's a few more comments. Michelle says, hi, Todd. Love the show. Excellent. I love that you love the show. Ross Brand, you got to meet Owen. I haven't got to meet him yet. Have you met him, Ross? I think you've met him somewhere, haven't you? I have not met him yet, but you know what? We've got Social Media Marketing World coming up. We've got podcast movement coming up where I know I'm going to meet Mike Unplugged. I don't know if Owen will be at that. I don't know if he really podcasts or if he podcasts in such a serious capacity that he would go to that show. It's in my neighborhood. Oh, I do need to meet him. Absolutely. Podcast movement is in Anaheim, California. So that's, you know, a half hour, not even a half hour. That's if traffic is open, even if traffic's just loose but thick, I'm there in 15, 20 minutes. I mean, easy. It's not a hard drive to where podcast movement is. So I'm really excited about that, to get to meet Mike Unplugged and anyone else who I'm going to meet there. I think podcast movement will bring in some huge names. So tomorrow I am doing my 4th installment of From Scratch this week. It's going to be, of course, Instagram from scratch. I pretty much have exhausted my list of content for this week. I wanted to knock out my list of people. I've asked to see if I've got a guest that I may try to have come over on and talk. From Scratch generally is going to be a solo broadcast. Nothing serious, nothing going to a podcast format, nothing like that. Boy, I'm leaving my private messages up for the world to see. Good thing there's nothing bad there. There never is. It's not something I have to worry about. But I'd much rather have you looking at my personal page, you know, my business page where you can, you know, hey, go follow. So I'm trying to arrange an Instagrammer interview tomorrow for 10 or 10:30. The reason this one started late, just so you know, in case you decide to make this show a regular visit for you, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and I don't know that I'm going to be doing these on Friday. I initially set out to do 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, but Wednesdays, my theme on Wednesday is 8 or like 7 in the morning until 12 noon, or maybe 1 in the afternoon. It's my run around town and get shit done day. Okay. If I have a dentist appointment, it's always on Wednesday morning. If I have a haircut appointment, which is what I had today, it's on Wednesday morning. Everything I do is on Wednesday morning. If I have to run to Lowe's, if I have to run to Home Depot, if I want to run to the beer store, if I want to go get some cigars, if I want to go to the post office, everything that all week long, I save it for Wednesday morning, and I go out and do everything Wednesday morning. Maybe it spills into the afternoon. So while Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and if I do Friday is going to be a 10 or 10:30 show, Wednesday is always going to be in the afternoon, unless I have to move the hump day to where maybe I'm moving my morning routine to a Tuesday. I don't know, but it's been Wednesday for years. I don't do anything but schedule all the other crap I have to do in my life for Wednesday morning so that it's consolidated to that one day. And I know if somebody wants to make an appointment with me, it has to be Wednesday morning. A non-work appointment, like somebody's going to come fix the air conditioner, somebody's going to come and paint the house or whatever. It's Wednesday morning. So that's why I can't do a Wednesday from scratch show at 10:30. It's going to be in the afternoon when I can get to it. But I actually missed you guys and doing this today. This is like my 7th live video this week, and it's only Wednesday. And I couldn't wait to get here and do the Wednesday from scratch today. So I'm really excited. I'm pumped about this whole thing, doing these more live videos than I've ever done before, and trying to create good quality content on a regular, consistent basis so that you guys can get to know me. I can get to know you guys. I'm pumping out and honing my craft. Getting all this stuff going today was such a breeze, and it's getting easier every day, and it's a lot of stuff. Trust me, getting all this set up to be live on 4 platforms is a major undertaking. And I've got it down to where it goes by in 5 minutes. It's great, and it's just going to get even better. So stay with me. We're going to have fun tomorrow from scratch. I'm trying to arrange an interview. If not, I'll do some homework tonight, and I'll come up with something else interesting to talk about regarding Instagram, and we'll go from there. I actually know some things that I can talk about Instagram, some experiences I've had recently in something that I was going to try, and whether or not I have an interviewee on tomorrow, we will probably talk about that anyway, because I think it's worth talking about. So with that, tonight, 8 o'clock-ish, I have Peter Nez for the live video live show on all 4 platforms. But, if you want to do me a great favor, follow me on Instagram, where you see it, Todd.LIVE. Follow me on Facebook. Just go to the top bar, type in Todd.LIVE. Follow me, send me a little private message. Somebody already did that today. Let's go and see really quick. Well, I'm going to take it down off the screen because it is in the private message area. I need to get in the habit of doing that. Somebody sent me a message that says, coming over from Facebook, I've been watching your Facebook live content as Stephanie. So she is my friend going over and following me on Instagram. And you know what? I am going to follow her back, because on Instagram, on Facebook, every time I do a live video, she's either watching or liking or commenting or all 3 or any of the above. She is fabulous. I haven't got to know her very well yet, but the fact that she spends valuable time in her day, she could be talking or watching millions of other people when the time that she spends hanging out with me, and she hangs out with me a lot. So I'm forever grateful, Stephanie. I will follow you back on Instagram just as soon as I get off the computers here. I'm glad to have you with me over on Instagram. And so I'm done shouting out, checking comments. Let's see. That's a great idea. The Wednesdays, Michelle, she's also with me a lot. I get to hang with Mike Unplugged. Yeah, that's it. I haven't met Owen in person. So, hey, great episode. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Wow, we went 45 minutes. I thought it would be a lot faster, but you know what? Time flies when you're having fun. And if we're having fun and if you're enjoying being with me and people are commenting, I like to stick around. So with that, I'm going to start closing out. I'm going to put my title card up, and I will see you guys tonight at Live Video Live, 8 o'clock. Peter Nez, Professor Nez. Can't wait. Love the guy. He is growing in so many ways, in live video, in social media, on the internet, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a friend, as a super connector, networker type guy. He's just awesome. We will be talking to him tonight. It's just a chit chat, shoot the shit kind of a show. 8 p.m. Live Video Live, all 4 channels. See you then.